Hi, coloring friends, and welcome. Today I wanted to just show I am working on finishing up this picture that I started last month, and I'm working on the background area of it. And this is a stained glass coloring book. It is the Timeless Creations stained glass coloring book, and it's put out by Cra-Z Art. I got it at Walmart. Um, and I plan on doing all the pages with a sort of stained glass effect, just because, that's how the book is. I did do this one first. This is the first completed page I have in this book. And today I am working on finishing up, as I said, the background in this one. And I thought it would be fun to just do a little quick, it'll be a quick video. It's not anything super complicated, but just a little video showing how I do the stained glass, my own technique for it. So I'm going to put us a little closer to the page and I will demonstrate how I do this. Okay, so I'm going to work on a few of the larger spaces in here. The smaller areas are a little bit more tedious to do for sure, but I'll be able to show quickly and easily the technique on these larger spaces on the outside. So I have found that Prismacolor works wonderfully for this. Now the paper in this book is a little bit nicer, I'd say, than your books you can get with the Amazon printed paper. But I do know I've seen color by number stained glass books where you could do this. I think Sun Life Drawing or maybe Jade Summer books have stained glass books that they put out, I think. So there are a few out there. I've seen mandala stained glass that you could use, make your pictures look this way on. Um, so I like the Prismacolor because they blend very nicely. And the formula that I like to use is I like to have a darker and then a mid-tone and then a lightest shade. So for this, I'm using the Prismacolor Copenhagen Blue, and then the light cerulean blue is my mid-tone, and the cloud blue is my lightest tone. And all I'm doing is starting at the very sort of corner points of the segment that I'm working on, and just going darkest at the very, very corner and kind of feathering it out away. And I'll do a little bit here. Basically, wherever it's meeting in a corner, and then I will even carry the line lightly along the edge too. And then I have another corner here, so I'm going to go darker right at the corner and then feather it out. And then over here, same thing. So we're going to go darker here. And then we're just going to feather out a bit. Kind of carry that line through just a touch there. Okay. Then I'm moving on to my mid-tone. So that is my light cerulean blue. And I'm going over what I just did, but with a fairly light touch. And then as I get toward the center, I'm not going all the way into the center, just toward the center. I'm pushing the color toward the center, but very lightly. So my pressure gets lighter as it goes out toward the center. So we're going back over what we did. And it does help. I don't know if you can see, but I'm holding my pencil quite a bit further back when I get to this, once I'm done doing the corner areas where I want it to be a little darker, I really back off so I'm not adding extra pressure with my hand. And then we're gonna lighten up and kind of swirl it into the center. There we go. Okay, and then I'm taking my lightest shade, the cloud blue, and I'm going to go back over all the way out. Now I do use a little bit more of a firm pressure when I get to the cloud blue, um, because I'm really burnishing the color at this point. I'm blending all those shades together, so, and I want it to look smooth, and this paper does have a bit of a tooth to it, so I kind of want to, mask that as much as I can as well. And I'm just kind of swirling it into the center, going over what I did. And then when I get to the center, filling that in. And I do like to, because the tooth is so pronounced on this paper, I like to go the other direction with it too. Sort of fill in as much of that white space as I can. And there we go. There's another space done. So the idea with this is just that it's stained glass, so toward the center parts of especially the larger pieces, it's going to be quite bright because you'll see light coming in through the center of those pieces of glass. And then at the edges where they're meeting and fused to other pieces, you'll have more of a concentration of color and it'll look a little darker. That's sort of where I came up with the process for this. Um, Now for this picture, I am not going to go over this again. I think this is just fine for this, just because I'm picturing it as a big window that lots of lights coming through, and this is a lighter sky color. And I want it to be much lighter than the leaves so that the blue of the leaves still stands out and doesn't just blend into the sky. So now with the other picture I did, this one here, I did go over these areas a second time. And I even wanted my butterflies and flowers to be, a much more solid color. So I really didn't do as much of the lighter as I did with the background. But yeah, so I'll just do one more and then I think we'll call it. Now this is, I know, not anything amazing or groundbreaking, but I just thought I'd share, how I do this. And maybe the tips will help somebody or inspire you to try out a stained glass coloring book if you hadn't before. And really, I think it's an excellent way to start getting a feel for how especially Prismacolor pencils blend together. I think it's a good practice, really, because you're very repetitive with especially the backgrounds here. And it just kind of helps you get a feel for how the colors can kind of be squished together to create a nice fade. I found that to be the case for me, at least. This really helped. That was why I attempted the first page, actually, was because I wanted to get a little bit better at Prismacolor, because I tended, when I used them, to be extremely heavy-handed and my blends just were not looking amazing. So this helped me kind of get a feel for it and, you know where I need to hold the pencil to vary my pressure and all that. So, yep, good way to practice using your Prismacolors to blend, and just kind of a fun, relaxing way to color, I think. So hopefully that was helpful to someone out there, or at least interesting to see. And thanks so much for joining me and watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.